What up? This is Dark Shadow Daddy. We over here at
HYS Studio in Palm Beach County.
What up, Dom? How are we?
Chillin', bro. Chillin', bro. Same old.
This is your first episode of East LNCHBLS, where we're gonna bring dope, cool creatives and have little quick, shortcut episodes of things that we personally enjoy. Walking in here, it gives me almost like a beautifully curated flea market feel to it. But what exactly is like the vision behind this whole place?
It's really just like we're promoting like, you know, streetwear and like vintage like as usual because, you know, I love t-shirts, I love designing. Mainly we're like really big on graphic designs and like promoting like what's called production for like other companies and shit. Like we love producing shit for other streetwear companies. Like we're also a print company and we also host events for other brands and shit too, and like a lot of like underground shit. A lot. I don't know if I can curse, but yeah.
You can curse, right?
Yeah. But yeah, facts. Yeah, literally like that's what we do. We just try to uplift the underground. We try to help like artists like get their like shit on point, and like we just try to, you know, just host that shit. Literally, that's all it is. Yeah.
So it seems like everything in here is like quick graphic tees. It almost seems like it's a very local feel to it.
Yeah.
Is everything in here like from Florida? Is it from West Palm? Like where exactly is this?
All the brands are from like local streetwear brands like GHE. That's from Jupiter. We got Necro Jam. He's literally from out here too, like Wellington shit. Like we have a lot of other brands and shit that we have in here. And we also have like Alone USA too. They're from Georgia.
Okay.
And then we have like a lot of brands cycling in and out, but like the best one they have is literally just like the in-house one is HYS Studio, of course.
Absolutely.
And yeah, that's really it. And like we sell a lot of like thrift too. Like that's what we love doing is like selling a lot of thrift. Like that's like another big thing we like love to promote is like the upcycle of clothes, and like it's really just like graphic design shit too. Like we're really big on graphics. Like that's what it is too. Like that's the main thing that be with the thrift tees most of the time. Nothing crazy.
A couple episodes ago, we had an episode with Cadian with NRS Gallery, and he had mentioned he's from here, and y'all worked at a store called Envious together?
Yeah, Envious. That was like the mecca of it all type shit. Like that was back in like 2012 or 2011 type shit. Like we were just getting into like streetwear like that. Like it was like we're just learning about little shit like how to like push it together, like the history of brands and shit like that. Like we were really getting into like Stussy and like, you know, like
the nitty gritty of streetwear.
Yeah, like the
absolutely
streetwear, like the start of it all type shit. Like, and it was really like the start before like niggas can really like pinpoint like their style.
They don't know their style yet. They're seeing shit on the internet and they're like, oh, I want just like this one, just like that.
Yeah, it was like a big thing. It was especially like it was just so accessible too. Like it was in the Wellington Mall, and it's like
high foot traffic.
Yeah, it was like the foot traffic was different. So it was like it was cool because like we were learning like the back end like deal on like how to run
the business side.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Like it was like different because like we were looking at like line sheets of like Stussy orders and
all the cats.
Yeah, like,
absolutely.
Like he's like, oh, like pick what you think would be dope in the store. Like he was showing like, the whole line sheet and StockX and shit, and like I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, and we would like pick shit that would be like available in the shop, and like me and him were working there a little bit too type shit. Like we would just like help people and like greet them at the shop. Like I wouldn't really do like register shit. Sometimes I would, but like it would be really cool just learning like just how to market to people and how to like just run a store, like even before like Instagram was like a huge thing type shit.
For sure.
Because nowadays like everyone just runs their company off of Instagram and like, social media before, like, but back then like you had to like run it just strictly off of just like word of mouth.
You got to put in the work.
You feel me? Like
nowadays it's just like couple posts, couple people wearing it, and that's a wrap.
Like back then, bro, he had us like passing out postcards for the shop, like at the like at his high school, like at our high school and shit. Like we're passing out postcards for the shop and shit. Like we're bringing all our friends there and shit. Like it was just like it was just crazy, you know, to like have somewhere finally that like you don't gotta go on the internet to shop. Like it's just like right there in front of you type shit. Like so I've always tried to bring that essence here in like, you know, a more like affordable way type shit.
Hey, we at HYS, Palm Beach County.
So I noticed you got the PS2 here, you got the Betty Boop, you got the Flintstones. How would you say pop culture has influenced your designs and your design making process?
I would say it's influenced it entirely because it's like I grew up on pop culture, like 2000s culture and shit. Like I would say like I wasn't even on the internet like that as a kid, like as kids are now. Like kids are growing up on like the fucking computer.
The internet wasn't like that when we were younger.
Yeah, it wasn't like accessible. It wasn't just like just hop on the computer. It wasn't like that. So it's like growing up like all I had was like really the TV and like my video games and shit, because that was like the only thing I could like use and shit. And like I was really going up on like my PS2, like my PlayStation and shit too. Another like a game that I really grew up on that really like changed, not even like changed me or like formed me, was like probably Tony Hawk.
Okay.
Like Tony Hawk's Underground, and like that shit is so fine to me because like the style of it, and like it's like my favorite part of it was like when you could walk into the store. My bad, my voice cracked.
You're good.
My favorite part of it was when you could walk into the store and like pick out like what like your person wants to wear, and like always be like amazed at like the graphics and shit you could choose, and like the shit you could like have the person wear and shit, like the avatar and shit. And like that's always been like my favorite part about the game, like, and especially with the board graphics too and all that shit. Like, and I learned about a lot of board companies and like skate companies literally through like the game itself type shit. Like it's pretty crazy. Like, and it's like it was like you just learn a lot on like how to just make graphics and like quick shit, and like what like niggas was wearing in like the thousands back then compared to like now, and like
in major cities, not compared to Florida.
Yeah, like literally, yeah.
For sure.
Out here, it's like it's so different because it's like the kids are wearing like what was dope in like 2005, like from 2000 to 2008. Like that's what like niggas was wearing.
Been like a resurgence of that style.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
It's like that's like their retro shit in a way.
Which is crazy to think about because we're still involved in the culture.
Yeah,
and that was something the culture that raised us on.
I remember like trying to dress like that and like just being obsessed with like how like almost American apparel wear and like vintage shit like that.
Polo, Nautica, stuff like that.
Even type shit. Like, so it's like a lot of that shit. It really influenced the way like I dress, and like it really influenced the way I like move like with my brand and shit too, especially with graphics, because it's like I want the graphics to be like just easily understandable and not like be like, whoa, it's like fucking the heads up type shit, like especially with like I don't know if you peeped like with like skate gear and shit, like, or like skate like merch and shit. They'll just have like the brand company on it, and like the crazy thing is like it always looks good in a skate video, like when they're skating or doing anything, like the nigga can fall and like the T could say like just the Baker logo, and it's like that's like a shot right there, like that's fire, like that's a look shot, like that's marketing too, type shit. So it's like I'm always thinking of that too, is like you could take like a simple t-shirt and just put like the brand logo and like the address, and like niggas is like
absolutely
like it's really dope.
You had mentioned you have events here and whatnot. So I could maybe guess that like you're building more than just a clothing store. You're building almost in a community in this area. Yeah,
exactly. I'm trying to build like a community / like a whole like just like a team and like scene of like people who just
culture.
Like, yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, like people who've just been overlooked, and people who just want to like get their shit on and like get their shit like in a position to where like they can sell and make money and like produce.
You're giving kids a chance that typically would just be making stuff out of their hobby, but now they're actually giving a chance at a storefront.
Yeah, exactly. That's like what I didn't have. It's like what like with Envious, like you had that.
That's cool.
But it wasn't like official type shit. Here it's like official. It's like you literally get the bread from it. Like, you literally get promoted. You get your shit like marketed. You get your shit in an event. Like if you want to do a pop up here, you can. If you want to, like have a concert here, you can. Like all you gotta do is just pay the renter fee, and then like you're Gucci type shit.
So HYS Studio.
Yeah.
What does it mean to you? What does it stand for? How'd you get it started?
Well, like my first brand when I was younger, it was called Hopeless Youth.
Okay.
And like I would always use the acronym HYS still. But it made no sense though because there was no S in the name, so it was just like. But I would still use it because like I just like the S. I would just use like a money sign type shit at the end of like youths, and like I realized youths is not even like a real word, but I used it as like my brand name or whatever for a while, until probably like after like a year or so, like I realized someone else had taken it, like really like taking it,
so, LLC like, and all.
Yeah, so I
guess
like, fuck, all right, like I guess I'm just good off that for a minute, and then. After that, I was just like, what, I'm just gonna chill for a bit. Like, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I really wanted to make clothes still, type shit. Like, I really wanted to, because like I'm always looking at people's clothes and thinking like, damn, that would be cooler if this was there, or damn, that would be cool if this was there, or like, damn, if that was in black, that'd be dope. And I was just always like looking at clothes online and shit, thinking that too. So I'd just be like, just in my head about that until I got a little bit older, and then like I went to college, and like I just changed it to HYS because when I was younger, I had Hopeless Youths, but it was popping in high school low key, but I didn't take it as serious. So it's like it wasn't.
It's a hobby.
Yeah, it was like it wasn't a hobby, but it was just something I couldn't maintain because I was failing school a lot too, type shit. Like, my mom was pissed about that, so I didn't see like the branches that serious. I saw it as like like you said, almost like a hobby. But I didn't want it to be a hobby. I always like chased it as like, this is like my full time type shit. So then like after that, I like went to college and shit, and started HYS, and I started taking it like a little bit more seriously and shit. And like I wanted to like start making one-on-ones, and then from there like started making like screen printing and like doing all that shit like piece by piece. Hold on, my bro's coming through right now.
Did we interrupt you?
I feel like I get a lot of like skateboard type culture within your designs.
No, you're definitely not wrong. Like, skate culture like really like shaped everything I do type shit. But like skate culture really shaped everything I did and do type shit, because like that's really what I grew up doing. But like I wasn't like consistent with it because I was always doing some other shit. And then like I literally have always loved skateboarding just because like the culture of it and like the togetherness of it too type shit. Like even when I was playing basketball, but like all my friends were skateboarding type shit. Like I would have rather been like skateboarding like at the skate park with them than like trying to play basketball for real. But you know, it was just like life at that time type shit. But I always loved skate culture, and like especially like just Tony Hawk and like Thrasher and all that shit. Like I really just grew up like reading all those like magazines and like playing all the games and shit. Yeah.
So you mentioned you went to college. Where'd you go to college at?
I went to college. I went to a lot of colleges. I'm not gonna lie. I went to Bethune-Cookman, first one, and then I went to South University, which is like in Palm Beach, like up the street. And then I went to City Tech type shit for a little bit in New York, and then I ended up going to FIT. And then
that's in Manhattan, right?
Yeah,
it's for fashion.
That's where I graduated at. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. Tell us about that.
It was pretty cool. It was a real uphill journey because like I don't know what it is with school and shit, bro. Like I'm just not.
Was never good at school.
Yeah, it's just I'm just not that good at it. Like. Until my mom told me one day, she just was like, yo, it's just all memorization. And I was just like,
that's literally what school is, just memorizing stuff.
So I was like, okay, like let me just do that. And once I started like realizing that was the key, I was like, okay, like let me try and like take it a little bit more seriously. Especially because like I was in like fashion school, like where I wanted to be. And I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of slacking. Like I wasn't going to class sometimes, and like I was just like, you know, just kind of like a day of school, kind of like days with my classes too. But it was just like so much freedom, you know, it's just like crazy.
You're in Manhattan.
Yeah, it's like you get lost in the sauce, you know, it's like, who wouldn't? You feel there's so much shit to do, so much like shit to like just experience like while you're living out there. So you kind of get like lost track and like all that shit, but it was great. Like I met a lot of great people. I learned a lot of dope shit too. Like I went there mainly just to learn how to run a business and like learn how to like, you know, supply and like demand and get a job in like the fashion industry that could like, you know, suffice like what I want to do too. And like locally have like 2 lanes of what I'm doing. The main thing I really wanted to do was be a fashion buyer. And like that was something I was really trying to do. Like, cause I even got like a job at Paragon Sports as like a visual merch, and that was like the ticket. So I was like, all right, it's lit. But then sadly, fucking COVID came, and then like I couldn't get like anything after that type shit. So that's when I started taking the brand shit way more seriously, and like just started putting like my pedal to the metal type shit. And, like it was taking off, like, and it's still like I feel like now it's always like an up and downhill battle type shit. Because it's like one day, you know, you can make something that's like gonna make you a lot of bread, and then some days like you can like miss on like an item and like think like, damn, like okay, that didn't do that well. Like let me go back to the drawing board and see what I can possibly do that's fire type shit.
East HYS. Gang.
All right, so the folks that don't know, please explain this medieval torture chamber type function thing you have here.
This is a 4-color Ryonet screen printer with one station. This is where a lot of niggas make a lot of money on type shit. It's like
the bread and butter.
Yeah, like every like this shit is for like each screen. And it'll be for like each color type shit, so then you can do like any design. Oh yeah, like that, like back there is like where all the screens are. But they're all like put up right now. They're all like covered in paint and shit. But that's really what we like do everything on. And then over there is like that's where my DTG printer is, but I'm like not using it at the moment type shit. Just covering it up. But yeah, like most of my work is screen printing. Like that's really how I came up to off the screen printing shit too. Like that's what I love to do because it's so quick to do type shit.
It's where the magic happens.
Here's like one screen.
There we go. So for your graphic tees, that's what it starts with.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's really just starts all with an idea, and it's like you like create a stencil for it to be printed on type shit. Just with screen printing, it's like that's how it all starts. It's like to make it like easier to be done type shit, quick as fuck. Like, all you need is a squeegee, ink, and the screen. to like make a bunch of t-shirts type shit.
Who want to run it? Who want to run it? So yeah, HYS Studio, where's it at? Where are we located?
It's in Green Acres, Florida, 6145-A Lake Worth Road, Green Acres, Florida, 33463. Come by. We got mad deals. We have mad new shit always dropping every week. Like HYS shit is always dropping.
One of ones.
Literally, like one of ones, like mad limited shit. It's really fire shit. Like we always got like model shit going on too. We always have events going on and all that shit too. Like, literally. Shout out my brother Peso who's here right now.
Peso just showed up. Shout out Peso.
Got that shit on right now. So yeah, today we're gonna have a great fashion show, which is what today's like March 2nd, 2024.
March 2nd.
Hopefully today's legendary. I don't know. You feel me? Like we're gonna have a lot of people, and we're just gonna show like the best shit. Like so, this is some of the shit I got. It's nothing crazy, but
ooh.
You feel me? Like just trying to go a little bit more crazier this year. Make shit like this.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm. You see that?
Yeah. And this is my personal favorite right here.
Little coach's jacket.
Okay.
Shit.
Little member's mark.
Yeah, you know.
Light work.
Some shit like that. So hopefully today's gonna be like really popping. So let's see. Some shit. But yeah.
Cool. Thank you guys.